This is the Samsung Odyssey CRG9 49-inch ultra-wide monitor. Refresh rate of 120 Hertz. It also has a resolution of 5144 by 1440. Let's unbox this and see what's inside. Right in here you can see that we have the stand for it. We have various cables, so this looks like the Visa mounting plate, and then we have DisplayPort cable. This red one here is HDMI. So we have HDMI cables, we have a power cable, and then we have a USB 3 cable here. It looks like the power supply is probably built in for this display. Let's take these items out. Get one of those free. Take out one side. Take out the other side here. Here's what the stand looks like. You can see we have two screws, two holes there for alignment, and we have these rubber square pads here at the bottom. Total of 5 of them. And that's the stand. This is a collar with a cable clip. So this clip, I believe, goes around the arm, and this collar comes apart and goes around the back to cover up the hinge or the joint where the monitor can pivot. This back here is a cover plate for the cables. So this simply goes on the back of the monitor to cover up the cable ports, and then you run the cables through this slot. And then this is the main support arm for the monitor that goes into that stand and allows you to pivot and raise the monitor. So let's open this up on this side. Here's the monitor arm. You can see the 2 pins there that align with the holes, as well as the screw hole sockets there at the bottom. And then here is where you have screws taped to this, where you would mount the monitor onto here, and you can pivot up and down. It is spring-loaded here, and it can raise up and down through this. And this cover also comes off, so you can run the monitor cables from the back of the monitor through here, through that channel, and then out through the bottom here. There's a slot there. If I put that back on, you can see how that looks. So that's where the cables would come out. Now for the actual monitor. So here is the monitor. You can see some styrofoam crumbs, but if we lift up the cover there, you can see the monitor. Now in the back you can see there's the power connector over here. It's an integrated power supply, so you don't have an external wall wart. This is HDMI in, DisplayPort 1 and 2 input here and there. Then we have a service port here. We have the mic in and the mic out ports are right here. So mic in, mic out, or audio out. We have the USB PC input right there. And then we have USB ports. So these are super speed over here, and these are regular USB on this side. And those are all the ports. Now this arm would go in like this, but we would remove this tape here. And I recommend removing the bottom part only and leaving the top part so the screws don't fall out. So you can see the screws are sticking out there. And that will help align this arm with the monitor. Let's remove this tape on the bottom. Okay, so the tape is off the bottom part, but it's still holding the screws on the top. So then I would line it up like this. And be sure that the metal part goes into this tab here. And there you go. And there's also an alignment pin at the bottom there, plastic pin that goes into the hole in the metal ring. And now, grab a screwdriver and tighten those up. So to tighten this up, I'm going to remove the tape while holding the screw in place. And I will tighten that up there. Just a little bit tight, and we'll go around and retighten all of these. So again, removing the tape and then tightening up the screw. Not too tight, just enough to hold it down. We'll go alternating and adjacent screws here. Okay, the last screw, there's 4 screws total. We'll get this screw tightened down. Okay, then we'll go back and retighten that. See, that was loose because there was some tension on it. That one, this one, and then that one there. Okay. Now we need to put on the base of the stand. And here's the base of the stand. So this one, go here. So this, we need to tighten these 2 screws right here. Once we install this base, we can flip it out onto the table. Tighten this one again. Check that. Check that one. Okay, good. So now, let's pull this back a little bit. And then this, we'll just very gently and easily pivot onto the desk. Here is the monitor. So you have this monitor. It does tilt, so that's about 90 degrees perpendicular to the desk surface, and then you can tilt it up a little bit like that. This will also pivot left and right, of course, at the various angles that you can tilt it. So you do get some adjustability there as far as the movement and angle of the monitor. Let's also look at the height adjustment here. So if we push down, you can see that it does go pretty low to the desk. It's almost touching. I can still fit my fingers underneath between the stand and the bottom of the monitor. And then of course we can adjust it back up. And now let's take a look. Let's tilt it up, turn it around. Take a look at the front of the monitor. And we have the front of the monitor, and as you can see, it's 49 inches corner to corner, pretty wide, and you can see how low it gets to the desk surface there, especially when I tilt it down like this. You can have it really close to the desk. We can also lift it up about that high. Tilt it back there. You can pivot left and right. But that's it. So if we keep it somewhere in the middle there, that is the Samsung Odyssey CRG9 ultra-wide monitor.